Hi, Brad Carlton here from TrueFire, week 8 of ear exam. We've got a really beautiful chord that involves some open strings, and it's a little bit of a stretch. But let's get to it. The answer is B flat 6-9 sharp 11. Now this is a voice that you couldn't acquire any other way because you've got open strings. And the inclusion of the open strings just sonically creates a different character, sort of a shimmer, because open strings resonate differently than fretted notes. From low to high, it is root, fifth, then the third or fourth string open is your third, because we're in B flat. Then you have the 9, the 13, and then the open E string is your sharp 11. So by nature of it being a major family chord with a sharp 11, it automatically establishes you in Lydian mode. That's the only scale you'd use over this, because you got a natural 5, you can't use Lydian augmented. And it's a really beautiful chord. Now technically, it's a bit stretched out. You know, you've got to do a little bit of contortion, and there's some sharp bends on your third and your fourth fingers, and your hand has to be under the neck. Again, your forearm is coming in diagonally, and you got to have a very upright finger posture. Some of these chords you can play with a more casual finger posture, but this is very upright. So you might try this on a classical guitar where you have a lot more room as far as width of the fingerboard. And if you're playing on some of these, I've got to stress this, some of these chords, especially the one that's coming up for next week, if you're playing a guitar that has a 1 5/8 inch nut width, you're probably not going to have much success. And if you've got normal sized fingers, if they're tiny, then you could do it. But you know, the width of your fingers can really affect things, and how the pad grows, the callus on your finger. Mine are kind of like little elephant's feet, especially my third finger. So it gives me some real challenges at playing things where I've got to have open strings ringing side by side. And if you play bass, they just fatten up. But then the upside of that is when you want to play double stops, you've got more skin. So, you know. Now, you want to see how to apply this chord. You know, the course that keeps coming to mind that I have out would be the improvisation a la mode, where I talk about each mode and then I talk about how the mode functions, and you have some jam tracks. Also in Groove Builder, we have some tunes where Lydian mode occurs, and these are chord voicings. So what I suggest you do is that you take some of these courses and build some chords on your own and try including the open strings. I mean, that opens up a whole universe of chord voicings. It's huge.